up, Cancers? What is up, my beautiful Cancerian crab water sign friends? From your Pisces, from me to you, sending nothing but love. Ooh. Doesn't want to shuffle. Shuffled quite a bit. I was in a zone. Ooh. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. We'll give it a little toss up here, guys. I'm sending you tons of love and light, tons of appreciation, tons of good vibes. Really appreciate everyone who's been checking out my videos and boosting up my watch time. That's awesome. It means I'm connecting with more people and just vibing on you guys, really sensing a lot of loss for you guys, but it's not in this sad kind of feeling sorry for my way. It's more of a justified melancholic vibe that you have. I feel like you're processing it. A song that I was channeling from you is really one of my very favorite songs. It just recently came out. It's by Ruth B. If you want to look up the lyrics, it's called Lost Boy. And I feel like you guys are just feeling a disconnect as far as people understanding you, perhaps. It says, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored, we play up on the roof, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me, away from all this reality. So maybe you're just wanting to break from reality. I really feel like it's a metaphor for spiritual awakening, maybe going through these motions right now, especially with everything. There's a lot of different angles. A lot of people, there we go. A lot of people are, really going down the rabbit hole, good or bad, right? They're getting into, exploring things, concepts of conspiracy or just, different things, even going down the rabbit hole in a good way, holistic, practices, making communal gardens or just building your own sustenance, from seeds in your own backyard, or just really learning things that would boost up our immune system for this whole thing, or learning about, the systems, our government, and where the inequities are, inadequacies, right? So guys, with that, we got one to slide off. We'll give that to you as your first card. We'll cut the deck and give you some more. This is from the Ancestors and Oracles deck by Kyle Gray. Then I will get you a couple as well out of the Lucy Cavendish Shapeshifters deck. It's gorgeous. This one on the bottom is the unending sadness of looking back. Endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, negative nostalgia. So perhaps things are definitely bothering you that didn't used to be lost, and now they are. So let's get you, look at you, 5 more realizations during the full moon, just passed on August the 3rd. Still feeling the power of it. Beautiful. And so just if you guys, as always, I'm sending you a lot of loving vibes, energy, and encouragement to get lost in the moment. If you are grieving something and looking back and being sad, or if you're feeling lost, as far as lost in society or lost in the mire from some of your peers that, think differently than you do about the situations going on with Corona or whatever it may be, maybe these new spiritual awakening realizations, concepts that are coming to you at this time, right? So first card that flew out right next to the moon is the wolf moon. That's really neat. Look at that. So being a Cancer, I love this, of course, and I have chills on my body. So I hope someone really resonates with this. So you got the moon card, which I will read in a minute, all of these, but in this deck you got Little Wolf Girl has the moon, and also Wolf Moon card. Gorgeous, all 3 right here together with energy. So we will get you 2 more cards out of this deck. Gorgeous. These 2 also remind me of each other. Interesting. And this reminds me also of the opposite of our energy, the opposite of water energy, the opposite of diving deep into emotions. This is like the earth sign. Let's think of tangible approaches, and let's think of what we can do to, solve maybe what we're losing, or what we have lost, or what we feel like we are at a loss for, right? And this is tangible. So I feel like it is a beautiful thing saying you are making progression, and by you acknowledging the fact that you may feel lost in some sort of way, right? Or that nobody understands you, or that you literally are in a league of your own. I want to say, like, I feel like 1,000 leagues under the sea, or whatever that is. I feel like this is telling you, you know what, you're in touch more so than most of these people that you're maybe listening to or vibing on their opinions, right? I feel like you're in the know and you're doing this for, a real important discovery and, transformation and self-realization that you are Cancers. You guys are like, you are able to freak out sometimes. You're able to own that. Your anger is natural, unless we wouldn't be able to feel that emotion, right? So if you're angry or just fed up or feeling like you're in, 10,000 leagues under the sea all alone, I got you. So guys, the first card is White Witch, be the light. So I sense for you guys, someone's going to really relate to this. I feel like there is people around you that are either, not so much dark energy. They're energy vampires. They're just people who, for whatever reason, they don't want to take the time to dissect anything that you're talking about, or really don't want to, take anything seriously that's going on, or take you seriously if you're talking about your different spiritual, practices or beliefs. I feel like be the light when people shove something down your throat and tell you that you're crazy for thinking the way that you are, or they try to deny your truth, which you are completely entitled to have. Cancers, no matter how absurd or, delusional it may seem to other people, it's your right to go through. Just like I put a video, I'll probably put the link to this video in my description box. A beautiful Cancerian, shout out to you if you listen to this, had commented and really, felt what message I was putting out. It's the Stay Trippy Little Hippie video I put out, a 5-minute soul hydration affirmation talking about you're all on your own individual trip. So stay trippy, stay on your own trip. Don't feel like you need to conform to, even if they're very close to you, people who are telling you and gaslighting you that your beliefs aren't relevant, because your beliefs are relevant because they're yours. And so use the light, and always, even if you get kind of flustered within these conversations or some outside infiltrated message from social media or, news, whatever it is, if you are really left with a feeling of lower vibrations, or you're just left with a feeling of, no, you know what? I know that this, maybe even a majority of people around you, some majority of society, whatever, feels that you are, crazy, or you are delusional for feeling the way that you do, and you feel lost because of this, is what I was channeling before we drew the cards. Use the light, just regroup by yourself. Make sure you spend a lot of time after these situations that, have you second guessing yourself, or maybe just put that thought into your head and make you feel again like, shit, I am the only person who really can resonate on this truth I'm feeling, this belief, right? Get into that hermit mode, that self-reflection, that introspection, and give yourself some time, garden, go into meditative, states of doing artwork, do, just some real silent, listening to beautiful music that sings to your heart at that time with some candles, and you will come to the same place if you look deep within and use the light. This White Witch card is, letting you know that ancient wisdom of the ancestors and wisdom that you have really come to know that is in alignment with your higher self is your truth and the truth. And that despite how many people, peers, groups, members of society as a whole try to debunk you, it's just pointless, because everybody has a right to feel, and everyone has a right to believe specifically whatever they choose. So stay trippy on your own little trip, and don't let, just like I said in this little video, don't let anyone steer your boat. Don't let anyone take over and commandeer your ship into a harbor that you're not comfortable with, right? An environment that is foreign to you, it's just going to feel off. You don't want to be off center, right? Even if we're talking about people who don't believe in spiritual principles, you don't want to feel off center or off balanced mentally, right? So what is the point for anyone in this world to make you feel just because you truly resonate with a subject or are drawn to a religion like Buddhism or Christianity, or drawn to, embody the principles of all of them. It is no one else's purpose. It is no one else's right to tell you how you believe and how you should steer your ship, right? So the oracle, wait for important information. So really, when you take the time to digest all of this, we just had a full moon in Aquarius, a lot of powerful energy coming through, and it is intellectually based too. I said in about a full moon video that I did about, going down the rabbit hole is very common right now for a lot of people anyway, because of what we're dealing with and these things that we're seeing that just don't seem right, right? And I know that you right now, Cancers, in this season of love, the sun is in Leo, the heart space and what is truly authentic to you and what you love, what beliefs you love and holds in a very high resonating regard with loving vibrations is important to soak in and really revel in. So use the light when you have any kind of moments, even if it's no one has talked to you or you didn't see anything, but it just came into your head, like this card on the bottom of the deck said about, the never-ending sadness of yesterday. Maybe you're just feeling like, hey, the last time I told my mom that I wanted to get out of Mormon cult or something like that, then they disowned me. If it is something that serious, or if it is something like, yeah, every time I try to speak up about this to my father or my friends, it just seems like I am balked at, I am laughed at, I'm treated like a clown, like a jester, right? If you experience that now or before. Oh, the kitty wants to get into the scene. Maybe we'll just let him. Mochi. Say hi, Cancers. Hi. Hi. So if you are in that moment, be assured this card, the Oracle card, has been coming up for quite a few of the YouTube monthly readings. In a private reading I did 2 days ago, it is speaking about, how many signs, divine guidance, opportunities there will be for you right now. And throughout the month of August, I feel like important information will come to you when you're all alone. And this is handed down from either your spirit guides, handed down from, your ancestor line of genealogy, just through the universe, something that dawns on you, something you find from the past can, give you important information and something to really back up, I think, your personal truth. And this is not to say, I'm not arguing about what truths are absolute, fact. I always believe that no one will ever know exactly, what defines something concretely until we are passed on to the next existence. I truly don't. So anyone who tells you, no, you're not doing this right, like for people, readers have told me, oh no, you don't read tarot right because you're too positive, or you are just using the cards as a jumping off point and you're doing it intuitively. Well, you know what? That's my truth, and that's how I work with spirit. That's how I get the messages to those who can resonate and who will benefit or appreciate the messages. So guys, just know that anything that comes to you in the form of divine guidance, that is, an oracle, some message between the ethereal and the physical existence, it is important message for you and encouraging you, giving you confidence, letting you know that everything that you're feeling, being a Cancer sign that you are, the card of the moon, right? Take note of your intuitive messages is what this card says. So really take note and know that it is so important for you to pay more attention, I want to say, to the messages that are coming into you from spirit and from your intuition and from, realizations, perhaps, of course, even more importantly after this full moon on August 3rd just passed. This energy is heavy. It's still permeating, and it definitely speaks, this card, of transitions, going through phases, just like the moon, right? Like a Cancer, you're very adept to going through stages like, your hermit crab, like the crab in nature, constantly, regenerating to find a bigger or more suitable home within a shell, leaving one shell to go to the next. So, take note of all of these subtle or big time pushes from the universe, like just wakes you up and goes, wow, like in a dream or something like that. Also, this card speaks of receiving messages through dreams or just light sleeps when you're going into a sleep or out and someone wakes you up. Some sort of daydream, I feel, for you guys is going to be imperative and really give you a divine sign. I also pick up from some of you, you will get a sign and a message specifically, like something tangible, maybe a light going on and off, some sign, some animal, insect, some sort of word, something that reminds you of someone who connected with you and who has passed on that you knew in this lifetime. And and that person saw eye to eye. They probably would be on your level right now if they were in the physical. And I think right now they are sensing it is extremely important to deliver, you know, message of positive reinforcement to you at this time. This one is neat. The Shaolin Master card. Be graceful in movement and action. So, right now, there is a lot going on astrologically and in our climate. As you know, there's just a lot of people up in arms. There's a lot of different opinions for different things, anywhere from civil rights down to the way our government is or is not acting at this point. The elections, there's a lot of political crap. There is a lot of course, debates on the coronavirus in all different facets, whether or not, about the immunizations, whether or not people should get immunized. I mean, there's just a lot of things. So I think right now, by you acting and putting your energy into things that are of, spiritual importance for you, self-care importance to you, I really feel like by you showing that you are graceful under fire, you are tactful and able to move eloquently through these times where people or different thoughts, even of your own making, may discourage you or may make you question your opinions or beliefs, right? So just be graceful and move slowly through, almost like Tai Chi, right? Move through this very, very chaotic, very, crazy climate in upheaval, right? It's not paranoid or crazy to say it. It's true. It's going on, and we have the opportunity to act frantic or we can act graceful. And this card from your ancestors, guys, is imploring you guys to use that water sign flow, that, emotional ebb, low tide and high tide, and, balance it out. Make it so it's wading water and you can go through the different phases of this chaos and also your emotions with grace. Okay, the Lady card just is gorgeous. Growth, enjoy growth, and reap rewards. So I think anything you're putting into, back to shout out, hun, to my Cancerian girlfriend who is doing a magnificent job on her garden. You guys are able right now to grow and plant successfully as if it was an entirely, vast area of fertile soil. So anything that you put your effort into, if you are trying to, implement education for some of your little ones, if you're trying to get, solutions to how you're going to make a living now or how you are going to maintain this grace in self-care, and you're adding to your repertoire by putting tangible things, even literally like my girlfriend putting seeds in the ground that will not be ready soon, but you're going to reap rewards of great proportion. So this is just like in traditional tarot, maybe the Queen of Pentacles, the abundance card. This is talking about maybe the, the ability, the Empress, the ability to incubate something, whether it's ideas, whether it's something that is going to, again, come into your life and be something of sustenance financially, or, anything right now. If you stick to literally going back to the light and keeping those divine, lines through the universe open, and you're able to still acknowledge your truth, you're still able to stay trippy, little hippie, on your own voyage. I feel truly like this is providing you and your spirit, right, growth, substantial growth and understanding and more, empowerment to continue to honor your truth throughout your life. I feel like this is a very big phase for you guys to get support from anywhere that you can. Videos, people you connect with, just your higher self in these moments of connecting with spirit and being graceful in the way that you receive these messages, and really, really, really soak them in, knowing that it's definitely ordained in the universe to receive these synchronicities and signs to encourage you. It's part of the plan, guys. Beautiful star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. So it has the pyramids on there and speaks of following your absolute, core spiritual intuition and notions and drive, whatever is compelling you, whatever is called to you. What is important now is not popularity. What is important now is not, being looked upon as sane, right? If those people, or if you are in a place sometimes where, self-sabotaging thoughts make you question if you are, handling everything right, or if you are off the mark with your beliefs or your crusades, whatever that may be to you internally in your life, or, in the global front. So just know that your star ancestors, this ancestor deck's beautiful, speaks of not just the people who've lived on earth in the physical existence in lives before you, right? This speaks of the, many, many beings and universally divine creatures, right? Angels, otherwise spirits existing in this universe ever. Anyone, any spirit, any energy, right, is really, really a part of your voice. We are all a collective, but we are all individuals, right? But this speaks of the truth and the importance of following that voice, following when you hear the calling of your higher self. Your authentic self is trying to speak to you and tell you, you know what, even with all kind of evidence, right, and fear tactics. I always say fear. It's spelled F-E-A-R, and fear stands for false evidence appearing real, right? So follow your voice, follow the voice of your soul, just like the card says, at all costs, no matter who is trying to produce false evidence to you that is appearing real. And gorgeous, again, right aligned with the moon card is the wolf moon, talking about, I will watch over you. Someone, again, I feel like it's someone who you knew in this lifetime and has crossed over. There is an abundance of support on the other side right now for you. It's always there, but I feel like you need it a lot right now. And it's hard to, I guess, for the first time, if you've never reached out to spirit, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, if you've never reached out and prayed and asked for assistance from either, even archangels, try asking for assistance, for understanding, for peace, for, a break in the monotony of feeling chaotic, if that's what's going on. Someone is watching over you and will answer that very heartfelt request at the drop of a dime. And underneath, again, is little wolf girl. It is all right to be alone. So, wow. Yeah. So going back to, using the light and having enough time to take a big, hard look at, what you've just been through. Maybe people were telling you, gaslighting you, telling you that your beliefs weren't accurate or they were far-fetched. Take your time. It's all right to be alone, because truly, just like I say in this video, again, stay trippy, little hippie. And I knew to put that up there. I'm changing the little signs for different readings. It talks about we are truly alone if you think about it throughout this whole trip that we're on, this life journey. We are born, we're incubated and born alone, unless you're a twin, But we literally are born not at the same time, even if it's a C-section, minutes apart. So we have all our own experience and our own alone to go through. So this card talks about the importance of realizing that since we are the only ones having to experience every trial, tribulation, jubilation, and birth and death of this physical vessel, our bodies, right? We're the only one that have to do that. So it's okay to be alone within our beliefs if, in fact, you're the only person on earth that feels a certain way that you do, right? And almost to the end card, this one is the little owlin, wisdom as light as a feather. So I think that you're really going to have some epiphanies. I just spoke on the Aquarius full moon energy is all about coming to big time conclusions and epiphanies that perhaps were brand new, and you maybe kind of fought them a little bit when it first dawned on you, because it may not have been something you were taught. Maybe it's going against the programming that has been instituted in your life, but use the wisdom of the owl. You have a lot of owls also. And wolf, if you want to look at the wolf animal, spirit animal, I have it on the playlist, and the owl spirit animal might pertain to something you're going through or send a message to you. But this is telling you that wisdom is light, it's not heavy. So if somebody's trying to cram down, let's say, you know, some fear tactics, false evidence appearing real, telling you that if you're not this certain sect of Christianity, or if you're not this certain sect of Mormon, then you will be burning forever in the fire, hell, you know, that's not my truth. Namaste. If you do believe that, I do not believe that. I feel like that is dark. That's dark. And that's dark wisdom, which is not light as a feather, which is not what I resonate with. So use whatever you feel is light. Hey, if that comes off to you as something you resonate with and it's light as a feather to you, so be it. But literally use this. These cards are almost identical in two different decks. The Little Owlin and the White Witch. Both the same energy, the same message. It's just so important. I have the chills. I don't know if you can see it on my arms. My hair is sticking straight up. Beautiful reading, you guys. I love you, Cancers. Artemis of the Forest. I will leave you off with your last card. Now you are independent and free. I feel like this right here card is telling you, if you use this, you know, aligned moon messages, these three, right? About the importance of being alone in your truth, about, you know, understanding and having faith that people of divine ordinance are watching over you, your higher power, whatever that may be, right? And to use that intuition and that ancient knowledge, messages that come through the universe, you know, light as a feather, to your own advantage. I really feel like this is giving you a sense of empowerment again and independence. You can feel free, break away from any kind of, you know, restrictive thought patterns that are put on you unfairly, or just really tried to be crammed down your throat because it is theirs to believe, or because they truly feel that they want to be in control, whether or not that's your relative or friend or whatnot. It's all based on, you know, them not wanting to really be at peace with their own internalization of what's going on. So guys, I really just wish you the best at all times, my Cancers, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Again, nothing but love, support, well wishes. If you need anything, I always say to reach out at any time. This is so important that we all speak our own truth, because trust me, doing this for almost 3 years, in August 27th, it'll be 3 years on YouTube. If I listen to all of the people who are in this so-called, you know, community, and there are so many different approaches. There's so many, like I said, people think, you know, because I give positive affirmations or would use these kind of cards, like the Shapeshifters deck or the Fairy Tale Oracle, that it is, quote unquote, not doing it right. You're not tapping in. No. If I would have listened to that truth, then I wouldn't have been able to help so many people who I have really bonded with and had personal private readings with, repeat customers or clients that are just soul family members. And I really, truly appreciate everything that you are. So I will keep on, you know, doing my best to stay on my individual trip and not let those, you know, chaotic gaslighter type of energies get in my way. And it's hard to do, but I'm with you guys, and I'm wishing you nothing but blessings, love, and always a ton of light, guys.